This is my International ACCO 510A. This is a truck that I bought a few months ago, and I am getting it ready to put it on the road. That's the first stage of this project. She's already in really good condition, so there's not heaps to do, but I wanted to show you around, tell you what's going on with this truck. Now, a little bit of history on this truck. It is as I said, it's 1979. It being an ACCO, that means it was made here in Australia, and in particular down in Melbourne near Dandenong, at a factory there. So, made in Australia and bought and used in Australia as a South Australian CFA, so Country Fire Authority truck. So it was used for the CFA for many years, and then when it was finished up there, it was bought by a local farmer in South Australia who then sold it to his neighbour, and so it was used as a water truck on the farm, and that's why it's got so low Ks. I went and purchased it. We just went there, we topped up the fluids and got the lights working, and we hopped in it and drove home, and we just drove, and it was fantastic. There was a little bit of a scare with the front drive shaft. The front drive shaft, where it goes into the transfer case, that came loose, and there was leaking oil, but thankfully we were able to tighten that up, and it went fine after that. But it is a very cool truck. It is very thirsty because it is a Petrol V8, but it is a wonderful piece of Australian history. I'm looking forward to getting it on the road and using it as just a bit of a fun thing. But who knows what I might do with this truck in the future, and I hope to document some of that journey of what we do with it, where we take it, what process we go through to get it on the road again. It should be an exciting journey, and it's certainly something that I've never done before. With any of the changes that I make to the truck, I want them to be in keeping with the spirit of the truck, the ethos of the truck, the age of the truck. Even with any kind of new modern amenities that are added along the way, I want them to be discreet and to be in keeping with the style and the ethos of the truck. I know that it will never be as comfortable as a modern truck or as efficient, but it is a beautiful piece of working Australian history, and I hope I can preserve that, but also keep using it to be a valuable asset for my family and my mates. But the stage that we're working on at the moment is trying to get it ready for registration. So that's the first stage of the project. Get it on the road in good working order, and then who knows where we'll go from there. Let me take you around and show you what are some of the things that I've got on the go. What are some of the things I need to get ready? Now you can see that the truck is in very good nick. These cabs, a lot of them are rusted out, but this one has had a very sheltered life, and so basically the worst bit of rust on the whole cab is just here on the top of the wheel arch. I'm going to have to drop that wheel arch and see if I can fix it. Now I have taken these pieces off. I've been doing a bit of cleaning here in the cab, and so that's why these pieces are out, and the flooring's out, the chair's off getting refinished so that it can come back in here, but it's all in very good working order. The engine starts very well. I'm going to replace put the floor cover back in a minute. But one of the things that I'm planning on doing is just putting a couple strips of that kind of, I think they call it what do they call it? Butyl backing. I don't know what they call it. It's like a sticky black stuff with a metal backing. Helps reduce noise. So I'm going to put a bit under the carpet the floor vinyl thingy. And I'm going to put a little piece under here, underneath the chair, just to help reduce the vibrations. It's not going to stop large amounts of noise, but it might just add that little bit of extra noise deadening to make it a little bit more comfortable in the cab. So finish off a few things in there. We've taken off this hub to just check how things were going. The wheel bearings were in really good condition. These front pads, I mean, there's still a little bit left on them, but we'll probably change them. The front brake slave cylinder has a little bit of a weep on it, so I'm going to take those off and get those refinished. What do you call it? New kit. The tray, it's okay. These toolboxes, they need to be fixed. I'm not going to make the time to actually replace them right now, so I'm just going to cut them off. These rear ones anyway. The front ones are relatively good, so just going to rip them out, maybe put in a bit of a brace across there, because I know that it will be adding some strength to the back here, and so yeah, just rip that out. Here's the rear hubs. Rear hubs were in good condition. Bearings were fine. Brakes, plenty of brakes. It all looks like it's in good nick. But we will make sure we just get it nice and clean and tidy and put it back together. We will. I've got to put on a light on the number plate, but otherwise, yeah, the truck's in fairly good condition as far as we can tell. They're going to tear that toolbox out as well. Put the spare tyre up underneath. Tidy her up. Engine is in very good nick. This is a very low-K truck in the scheme of things. It's probably got a few hours on it, but the actual distance travelled is very small. So we're not really going to touch that. Probably just tidy it up, make sure it's all going well, put on a new fuel filter, and yeah, we'll be right. There you go. You can see up under there. You can see, as I said, the cab's in very good nick. I've not started this in about 2 weeks, so I'm just going to show you how easy it is to start and how well it runs. Obviously, being what is it, 352, I think is the number, 352 V8 petrol. She drinks a bit of fuel, but she sounds lovely. There we are. You can see there. Just on 28,900 Ks. I picked her up from South Australia, north of Adelaide. She was originally a CFA truck, and then there's been a bit of a farm water truck since then. As you can see, very well looked after. That is a new exhaust pipe, but I think we've got a bit of an exhaust leak, so I will just be fixing that up eventually. when I was driving this back from South Australia, these wheels, we think they might be a little bit small. They're probably the factory size, but we found that the truck sat really well at 80 and it didn't want to go much faster than that. So we're going to try upsizing the wheels. We're going to try upsizing the wheels to get a better, top cruising speed. Lovely little machine. So that's my update for today on the 1979 International ACCO 510A. It is a four-wheel drive version of the truck, so that's one of the things that particularly attracted me to it. So even though the bed's a bit shorter, there's some limitations on the bed size, the thing that really attracted me was the fact that it was four-wheel drive and in fantastic condition for its age. So there is a bit to do to tidy it up, and as I mentioned, those main things are getting the interior sorted, getting those brake slave cylinders fixed up, and getting those hubs back together, and then we'll probably book it in to see if we can get it roadworthy, and then who knows what will come out of those roadworthy inspections. Probably be all kinds of things I didn't think of, but we're just going to go through the process and see what they say needs to be done to get it on the road. And I hope to be back sooner or later with updates on how things are going.